For all Canadians, this is an extremely difficult moment. It's a moment of grief and sadness and hopefully self-reflection. Whatever happened in Tumbler Ridge is going to stir up a lot of anger. It's going to stir up a lot of confusion, sadness, and in fact it has. Frustration and maybe even shame. And it's going to bring up the urge to point fingers. And that's human. That makes sense. But maybe before we rush to debate or to blame, we could just sit with it for a moment and reflect. You see, my friends, pain has a way of teaching us things, but only if we're willing to feel it. When something like this happens, it's tempting to grab onto anger because it gives us a sense of control, or to numb it out, or to scroll on the phone, or to distract ourselves. But instead, imagine if we let that sadness wash over us. What if we held it gently, the way we would hold a crying child, and allowed it to soften us over time in the face of this pain, instead of getting mad and getting sad and fighting people? And I know there's a lot of pain here for our young people, especially for our young men and boys. Mental health struggles are rising across Canada. And that's not just in Canada. It's happening beyond our borders. And so every day in Canada, around a dozen people are dying by suicide. This is literally people killing themselves, and most of them are young men. Let that sink in for a bit. Most of them are young men. And loneliness is increasing. A lot of boys feel invisible or ashamed or disconnected. And sometimes it makes me wonder, what are we modeling for our young people? Are we showing them that pain gets numbed with substances? I mean, look around, there's bars and weed stores everywhere you look. Are we teaching them that we can deal with pain by looking at our screens, by endless distraction? Are we teaching them that worth comes from followers, from money, from status, from sexual conquest? Or that emotions are something to suppress until they explode? To my way of thinking, maybe this is not a policy issue. Maybe it's a relational one. Wouldn't it be nice if young people saw more adults who could sit down with their emotions, who could lose patience and then repair, who could show that frustration is uncomfortable, but it's not catastrophic, that challenges are not awful, they're hard, but they're manageable? What if we were modeling that for our young people? Wouldn't it be powerful if older men modeled balance, strength with softness, ambition with restraint, desire with discipline? Wouldn't that be refreshing if we smiled at each other more? If life wasn't just about proving how superior you are to other people? What if we remembered that we're all fellow mortals who are breathing the same air for a small amount of time, finding our commonality? Growth, my friend, does not start with outrage. Maybe it starts with reflection, with sitting in this discomfortable moment that we find ourselves, where a young man has gone around and killed all these innocent children. And the thing is that he's not the only one that is to blame. We're all to blame here in a way. He's a product of us, of our society. So we got to take a deep look into what are we building and what are we promoting silently. Not just what we're doing openly, but what's the game we're playing behind the scenes as people, as Canadians, as humans. I invite you to sit with this discomfort and with these questions instead of distracting ourselves. And I know there's a lot of pain here. I know, and my heart goes out to these families who've just lost their kids. But if we're brave enough to feel what's going on, maybe something wiser can grow from all this madness.